This is a Dalarna University production.
Welcome to the 8th grammar lesson of Arabic 1. Today we're going to talk about root letters and also the verbs in the past tense. Arabic is built on a system of root letters. That means that all words, even though they have maybe 10 letters, have a root of 3, sometimes 4 letters that they go back to. Now, once you know a group of these 3 letters, you can build other words according to special patterns. Patterns for places, patterns for a person who's performing something, patterns for a special tool that you need to do this activity, etc. When you look for a word in an Arabic dictionary, the root is what you're going to look for. So you will start with the 3 root letters, and then after that all the other words will be listed. So let's say you're looking for a school. You would first look for the 3 root letters, which would be dal, ra, sin, and that would give you darasa, to study. Then you would find many other words listed afterwards. For example, mudarris, a teacher, mudarrisa, female teacher, dirasa, studies, madrasa, a school, and dars, a lesson. We're going to have some more examples on the next page. From the word kataba, we can make katib, a writer, katiba, female writer, maktub, something written, maktaba, a library or a bookshop, kitaba, the act of writing, kutub, books. From the word shariba, we can find sharib, a person who's drinking, mashroob, a drink, something that is being drunk, mashrab, a place where you can drink, shurb, the act of drinking, shirab, a drink again. And from the verb jalasa, or from the 3 root letters jim, lam, sin, you can find jalis, jalisa, a person sitting, jalsa, sitting, majlis, a place of sitting, and julus, the act of sitting. It's important to know these 3 root letters when we're starting to talk about the verb, because the easiest form of the verbs, the verb form 1 that we're going to look at today, are built on these 3 root letters. There are 10 forms that are mostly used in Arabic, and these 10 forms that people use most often are then built on the 3 root letters, but with extra letters or extra signs added. The verbs in Arabic, they have to be conjugated according to who is performing the verb. In Swedish, for example, the verb stays the same, whoever is performing it. In English, there's a slight change. I do, he does, she does, etc. But there are not that many forms. In Arabic, all persons have their special verb form. But it makes it easier because you know exactly and directly who is performing the verb and who is not. And it's also the same form, the same added prefixes or suffixes for all verbs. So once you have learned these forms, you can use them on any other verb that you can find in Arabic. So it's not as complicated as it sounds to start with. As we said, verb form 1 is the easiest form, consists only of the 3 root letters. The easiest form is the third person masculine singular form, because in the past tense that's the thing that you start with. It's only 3 letters, right? And that's the form that you will find in dictionaries when you want to look up a verb. There is no proper equivalent of what we have in English, for example, to do, to run, to play, to look, etc. So instead, the verb for third person masculine past tense, he ran, he did, he looked, etc., will be what's written in a dictionary. So that form will have 2 translations, both the true translation, as in he wrote, and the dictionary translation, as in to write. And that's also what you will find on your word list. The verb will be listed in its easiest form, but the translation will be to do something or to write something. When we want to say, for example, I studied or I wrote, first we need to look up the form for he studied, since as we just said, that's the easiest form. And then we add the little suffix to show that no, it's not he, it's I who studied. So we look up darasa, he studied, and in a dictionary we will find to study, both of them. And then we add the little suffix ti damma to show that it's I who did it. Darastu, I studied. The endings for the different persons in the singular are darastu, I studied, darasta, you studied masculine, darasti, you studied feminine, darasat, she studied, darasa, he studied. As you can see, the beginning of all of them is the same, and it's also the same as third person masculine past tense, darasa. In order to add the final part, except for in she studied, a sukun is added on the sin darastu, darasta, darasti, etc. Most verbs do take a fatha as their middle vowel, like darasa, but some verbs take a kesra or a damma. Now, the middle vowel is always marked in a dictionary and in your word list, so you can check it there and then learn the vowel together with the verb. For example, we have had jalastu, I sat, jalasta, you sat, you masculine, jalasti, you feminine sat, jalasa, he sat, jalasat, she sat. Fatahtu, I opened, fatahta, you masculine opened, fatahti, you feminine opened, fataha, he opened, fatahat, she opened. And then with shariba, there's a kesra in the middle. So sharibtu, I drank, sharibta, you drank, you masculine, sharibti, you feminine drank, sharibat, she drank, shariba, of course, he drank, sharibat, she drank.